What's up, YouTube land? Zano Gaming back here with episode number 20 of my F1 2020 My Team series. Here today, racing at the Circuit of the Americas for the US Grand Prix, and we are looking for a better result than our race yesterday at Japan, where just didn't really work out for us, and I've crashed. So yeah, that wasn't great. So we'll hopefully have better luck here in America as we get ready now here for qualifying. Not really too much more to say. So without further ado, let's get into it, and hopefully we can put the car in Q2. That's probably going to be the goal. I don't think Q3 is going to be a chance, because with the game on 107 I qualify where I'm supposed to. So I think this is really the difficulty suited for me at the minute. But in saying that, we do have some good pace, especially in the race. So hopefully that seems to be the trend for me on this year's game. I'm not as quick in qualifying, but I'm pretty good in race trim. So hopefully that continues here this weekend, as we now move into the first lap of qualifying here, as we'll go now. And here in my first lap, as I did cut a little bit of the second to last corner, turn 19, but now coming through the last corner at turn 20, and we get a little bit loose on the exit, but we come across the line for a 1 minute 30.9 for our first lap. Second lap, same set of tyres, and this was a much better lap. We don't cut that corner this time. Got a little bit of oversteer on the exit of 19, and once again out of 20, but come across the line for a 1 minute 30.5, so we gained 4/10, so that was quite a big improvement. So now here we'll go on board for a full lap of the Circuit of the Americas here on our last run in Q1 with a new set of tyres. Coming into turn 1, difficult braking uphill. We'll go back down the second gear, up to fourth in terms of short shift and on the power. And now this is one of the best parts of the year for me on the calendar. I love this X session. Flat out in 7th, back down to 6th here, and then to 5th for the left-hander. And then for turn 9 and 10, but 4th gear, 5th gear here on the exit, full throttle, and up to turn number 12 here, braking just in between, just before the 50-meter board. Slight lock up on the front left doesn't help, and trying to get the power down as early as possible for the run down the back straight, really important. And now we're looking for the 50-meter board. We're going to shift back down to second gear here for the hairpin corner. There's a 50-meter board, using all the road I can. Second gear, clip the apex there quite nicely. And now this little right-hander here, very tricky corner, especially on the exit, to get the power down smoothly. We do a pretty good job here now into turn 15, which is a really interesting corner. Take that wide entry and trying to get the best line out the corner. And now sweeping here through this double right of 16, 17 and 18, or triple right. And now 19 and 20. 19 is a tricky corner for the turning point. 20 is quite simple actually. And across the line for a 1 minute 30.0, so a 30 flat. And that puts us in 16th and gets us here into Q2, which is really good to see. And being eliminated in qualifying is Raikkonen, Magnussen, Grosjean, our teammate Schumacher, and the two Williams cars of Russell and Latifi. So yeah, good job there to get ahead of Raikkonen, who's also picked up a grid penalty in the session, which is unfortunate for him. So that's good news for us, so that we're into Q2. That's what we're aiming for. So, but as you can see, only 16th, so it's going to be a struggle to even get anywhere near Q3. Here's our first run, however, in Q2, sorry, and this just wasn't really a good lap here, and we've missed the apex of the last corner as well, which is not ideal. And so we come across the line, and it's only a 1 minute 31.2, so a 1.2 seconds slower than our Q1 time. And now here's our start of Q2. You can see it's actually quite dark, but there is no threat of rain to my knowledge. Anyway, coming into turn 1, back down the second gear, but you can see how just really a poor exit, kind of just picked up understeer in on the second phase of the corner, in the middle of the corner. It just drifted wide off the exit, which was not ideal, and we lost a lot of time at turn 1 all the way through to the S's. And now you can see we're really even with our time, which is not good. But you can see we starting again and pick up a little bit of time here out of 15. So as we now fly through here, the left-hander, and we're going to cut the corner here. Unfortunately, I sometimes struggle with the turning point, and we really misjudged it there, and we gained a bit of time there, and we gained a bit of time in the last corner as well. To do a 1 minute 30.8, so it's not even a great lap. It's still 8/10 off what I could do. I think I could have done a 29, but just poor driving. So I unfortunately skipped the results of Q2 for whatever reason. I actually skipped the race intro by accident as well, so I don't have that here today for you guys. But quickly I can tell you the guys who were eliminated in Q2 were Ocon, Norris, Gasly, Kvyat, Giovinazzi, and myself. So yeah, we're going to line up actually 15th on the grid because I think it's Albon who has a grid penalty. So we gained 1 spot here on the grid today. But yeah, poor Q2 session for myself was really not with the car at all, and also with the strategy for today. I'm definitely trying the alternate strategy, which is going to be starting on the hard tyre. So we're going to be quite slow in the opening phases of this race, and we just have to accept that. So yeah, hopefully we can gain a few positions off the line, but it's going to be tricky because this tyre is just going to be rubbish in terms of a race start. So yeah, we'll see what we can do here in America around the Circuit of the Americas for the USA Grand Prix, as the cars now line up on the grid. Sorry, but to my knowledge, I actually don't know who has pole positions, but I can tell from the map it is a Merc. So actually, I might be able to get you who has pole position in a second. I can tell you it is Valtteri Bottas on pole, with Vettel lining up in second, Hamilton third. But who's going to win here today in America? As the revs rise, and it's go here for the US Grand Prix. And we, on the hard tyre, have made a pretty good start here. But now you can see the soft guys. That's Albon coming through, but we've braked a bit late in the turn 1. But we're going to lift the throttle, avoid the contact, go right around the outside, and we've got a clear line in front of us, and we're going to have massive loads of position. We're up to 9th place here. I'm going to slot in behind Carlos Sainz here in the McLaren, and a really good start. So yeah, we're going to take that for sure, and we'll see if we can maintain this, or if we're just going to drop back immediately with a lot of oversteer actually out of turn 9, and we have Lando coming up the inside here at turn 11, and Norris gets through. So that's goodbye Lando. We're in his slipstream, and can we get back here into turn 12? But we go defensive here, and we've got a car on the outside. It's going to be Ocon in the Renault, but we're able to close the door on him, and we don't lose that position just yet. So back down to 10th place, and we'll see if we can keep up with these guys. But it looks like, look at the grip that and they have compared to us, and on that soft tyre, and they're just pulling away already. So we don't really have a chance here to fight in these opening stages. We've made up some ground, and hopefully that just helps us keep closer to the guys behind at the end of the Grand Prix. I'll do my best to defend as we don't get a good momentum there, as Bottas leads the opening lap here in America, and this is really important now for Hamilton to try and win this race here today to maintain in the championship. But moving on to the next lap here, actually lap 3 it is. We're going defensive here into turn 11, and Ocon's got a much better exit. He's gone the up and under on us, and now he's in the slipstream. But I thought he would have been alongside us. He was pretty much alongside out on the exit of the corner, but he didn't get the best run. But there he goes. Esteban Ocon with DRS gets past us here quite easily and moves into 10th place. So he gets a bit of a swapper on the exit, but we are not able to take advantage of that, and nor do I think we want to. I think there's no point fighting too hard, as they're just not quick. You can see how much Norris has pulled away, and there's contact there down the inside. That's Danny Kvyat, and Kvyat goes through on the outside, and we have a pick up a truckload of understeer there, and Gasly sweeps through as well. So we are immediately down to 13th place all of a sudden. So really not working out there. The two AlphaTauris working together to get past me there, and now we got Charles Leclerc and our teammate behind us. So I don't know why, but the AI seem to get really good runs on the run here to turn 11, and that seems to be where they like to make their overtakes as Leclerc goes through. And we got a bit of contact there with Mick. Actually, I just noticed that, but I've cut that away. That's a bit unfortunate, but That looks like that could have cost him a bit of position as well, because he's dropped behind Giovinazzi and Albon, and now Giovinazzi is going through in the Alfa Romeo. We don't even have DRS because the detection point's halfway to turn 11, and so we get a good tow, but we're not really able to do much. You can see Giovinazzi's pulled away how much, and Albon is now having a go at us here, and not even bothering with the defensive. He actually almost goes into our front wing there, and we have to avoid him twice on entry and on exit, but Albon goes through in the Red Bull. He's having a poor race here compared to his teammate Verstappen, so interesting. He's had a poor season as Albon, and look at that, Raikkonen having a great slipstream, but we're going to outbrake him here. We're almost going to go into Albon. We just about avoid him locking the brakes, but Raikkonen and that Ferrari engine Alpha, and now he's going to have another look at the inside. We leave him the space, and just about Albon's almost spun on the exit there of 13, and we come through here, and yeah, we're currently 16th, so we started 15th. We're just dropping back here on this hard tyre, and now we're almost spun ourselves into the wall, and Raikkonen's going to have a go. We're going to defend here, are we? He's not going up the inside. He lost a lot of momentum with us spinning there, so that's unfortunate for Raikkonen. We're going to lose the rear once again on the exit, so we just seem to struggle a little bit with the rear end this time. And can Kimi get through here on us? It's a good slipstream for Raikkonen. He goes to the outside, but he's not fully past us as he was on the previous time, and we're able to easily defend him off. So he's not completely getting past us like some other cars were for whatever reason on that occasion. But now this time he's going to go through it again. I don't know why he's picked the outside lane, because I was kind of there, and we're able to defend once again here on lap 9. But the AI are going to come into the pits, and that includes Raikkonen. Albon's staying out because Verstappen's pitting. The number 1 drivers are coming in this lap. And you can see here comes Ricciardo and Perez. Look how much time we have lost compared to those guys. They were a full stop ahead of us. They're on the hard tyre now, which is the same tyre as us. We'll go underneath Perez though, but Perez goes back at us through turn 2 as we now sweep through the S's, and Perez takes back the position. So next up here come in the number 2 drivers, quote unquote, coming into the pits. And here comes Lance Stroll in the other racing point out of the pit lane, and we're going to do the same move we did on Perez, and with that tight line he's taking, we go underneath him, and he hasn't got the same speed as his teammate, and we're able to remain ahead of him. So for now we're ahead of Lance Stroll here, but we're already a pit stop behind all these guys. We're going to be a lot stronger though at the end of the race, so the hope is that we're just so much stronger on the soft tyre that we can maybe have a chance at rounding these guys up. But you know, I don't like our chances the way this race has gone at the minute, as Stroll now coming back at us down the inside of turn 11. There seems to be a favourite spot there. He's going to have DRS as well for good measure, because he was behind us at the detection point, but he's now he's getting the advantage there as soon as I turn the overtake button off, so you can see the advantage of the overtake button and what it has. So we now have an incident here in the next part of the track, and this is going to be interesting. We're on lap 12 in this Grand Prix, and it looks like there's a Red Bull going slowly. Which Red Bull is it? It's Max Verstappen. Verstappen is out of this Grand Prix. Disappointment for Red Bull, disappointment for Verstappen, and this is changing the race. The new strategy thing is glitched at the minute, but that's being patched out very soon, I believe, hopefully. We're going to come in, this is going to change our strategy. We're no longer going to be using the soft tyre, we're going to have to go into the medium tyre, but this is going to bring us completely back to the pack, and they're all going to be on hard tyres. There's a few drivers on soft tyres who are doing a 2-stop strategy for whatever reason. They've decided to do a 2-stop when the 1-stop strategy probably is clearly the quicker strategy here today. So yeah, we're going to come out here behind George Russell, so we're going to be ahead of our teammate Just and Nicholas Latifi in last place. But you can see as I come down here, this is the in lap for the safety car. I decided to do some weaving here, and I lose a bit of touch to air, but I'm at full throttle, and as I'm weaving, my teammate passes me here, and I wish that... I know it says I'm falling back, but I'm not actually that far behind, and I'm at full throttle. I don't understand how the AI can go so fast in a straight line under the safety car. It's ridiculous, really. So that's a bit unfortunate. We lose a spot to our teammate here, and now we're going to have to get past him, and we probably shouldn't have had to. It's just more work we have to do, and I wish there was team orders at this point so I could just order him back through. But yeah, we'll safety car coming this up. Our tyres will fire up a lot better than the guys on mediums, but these guys are on soft. I don't know how good their soft tyres are. I guess they're about 5 laps old, 4 laps old. But here, coming into the last corner, you're not allowed to overtake until the safety car line. Actually, Magnussen is in last place by the looks of it, but Latifi sticks his nose down the inside of me into the last corner and actually gets past here, which really frustrates me. I tried to dive it around the outside and get it cut back on him, but I just wasn't able to do so. It just didn't. The car didn't turn there on turn 1, and now we're under pressure from Magnussen. Actually, Grosjean's behind as well, so the Haas cars, don't know why they're at the back, but they are. And anyway, so when I thought we were going to be on the attack, we've actually been defending. So smart move by Latifi, but yeah, the rule is you're not supposed to overtake to the start-finish line in Formula 1, and Latifi kind of did get ahead of us, which is and halted our momentum. I don't know. It's cool to see him being aggressive in the AI, actually diving in at the last corner, though. I will say that. But yeah, I don't know if that's too legal or not. But anyway, moving on. We'll get past that pretty quickly, but we're going to get past Latifi pretty quickly. We're coming down here into turn 12 for the first time since the safety car restart, and there's no DRS to play with yet. As Latifi loses the rear end, we're going to drive straight past him here. We brake a little bit earlier than he does, and then he goes into us. I was leaving him space, and he just drove into the side of us, unfortunately, and I drove side by side through that corner with Raikkonen before and had no issues. So I'm not sure if that's just down to because Raikkonen's an experienced driver, he has probably a higher race class level, and Latifi's is a lot lower. I wonder if that's actually got to do with it. I didn't really think of that until now, but I wonder if that's the reason why he actually ended up crashing into me there, which is a little bit of a shame. I probably could have left him a little bit more space, but it wouldn't have benefited me to do that, obviously. So we've got really strong pace. I went onto the soft tyre. What tyre was going to go onto? Didn't have another set of mediums fresh. But see, the guys on the 2-stop, we've got a massive undercut on them. And Mick, we do the same move we did to Perez and Stroll earlier in this Grand Prix to get past him. They're all in the medium tyres at the minute, but my tyres aren't that old, and I was flying on these tyres. I was probably the quickest car on the track. I didn't set the fastest lap, but I did set a purple sectors on my out lap. So the tyres, they didn't hold that elite speed, that incredible speed for long, but they still are very quick at the minute at this point of the Grand Prix. A little bit lower fuel, and at the time I didn't realise I was going to go to the end on these tyres, but I actually will be going to the end on these tyres. I thought I was going to come in for another set of softs, but the way it worked out, I just stayed out on these tyres. But here we're going to go past George Russell, as you can see, who has a little bit of damage on his front wing. I think he got that at turn 1, battling with the Alfa Romeo for Raikkonen. I don't know if you guys were paying attention to that or not, but they actually had a bit of contact on the exit of the pit lane. But now we're closing right up to the back of Raikkonen. There's more yellow flags out, so I'm not sure what that reason for that is, but I think it's going to be for one of the cars behind, and we're not going to be clear because I think there's going to be a virtual safety car called right here, and there is for Nicholas Latifi, and there was a virtual safety car that would stay out. But the next lap, we're right on Raikkonen's case again, and he doesn't get the cleanest exit out of turn 11, but now we're going to open the DRS, and hopefully we can get past him here in the 12. We're not close enough at all, so that's a bit of a shame, but we'll see if we can close up here. We do close up a lot on the brakes. We missed the apex, but Raikkonen has a bit of a lock up on the front left tyre there. And now we're close here through 13 and 14. Can we do anything here through 15? And we're going to dive it down the inside here now through and into 16, and we get past Raikkonen. I think a little bit of his front wing gets damaged, but my car was there. I wasn't going to... It's just a normal turn 16 overtake, you know, and 15, 16 overtake. There's not much more I can really do about that. That's on Raikkonen if he's going to put his car there. But anyway, I'm going to skip to the end of the race. Kvyat was 8 seconds in front. We weren't able to close. He got past both the Haas cars, but that were going to the end. But I was closing on these guys. I was, but in the last 2 laps my tyres did drop off. But I didn't really. This is the closest I actually got because I was still lapping similar to their speed. So it's going to be a disappointing result here today in America with a 17th placed finish, which is disappointing because I think we could have scored points with how our strategy and the safety cars worked out today. With Albon being your driver of the day, I'll give it over to Crofty.
That's a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. So let's review the updated driver's standings. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
That's got to be the Flying Finn. Wait, how many Flying Fins have we had now? Anyway, I'm talking about Bottas this time. Just great raw speed, and a good job in traffic as well.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
So that was the US Grand Prix. Mercedes have won the Constructors' Championship with 3 rounds to go, just showing how dominant their car has been this year. Bottas wins the Grand Prix with Vettel second, Hamilton third, and an incredible result for Daniel Ricciardo finishing in 4th place, beating the Ferrari of Leclerc and Albon. Perez 5th, Stroll 6th, Norris 7th, 8th for Sainz, 9th for Ocon, and only 10th for Leclerc. So he started 12th and just didn't make progress. Not sure why. Albon in 12th. Disappointing. It was funny how he was driver of the day by the game, but for Anthony Davidson, his driver of the day was Bottas, who won the Grand Prix, controlled it, won it by about 5 seconds. So interesting. And with Hamilton down in 3rd and being beat by Vettel, he loses 10 more points to Bottas in the championship, and I think it's going to be difficult for Lewis Hamilton to win this championship now. So, yeah, that's a shame for him. And anyway, I didn't get the points up here in this race, so a lot of things I did wrong in this episode that's my fault. Hopefully I can do a little bit better job for the next time at the Mexican Grand Prix, which is the next race. And is a track that I don't know. Depends how I feel on the day when it comes to Mexico. It's kind of a love-hate relationship. Sometimes I feel really good around there. Sometimes I just feel awful. It depends how you set the car up. It's a really tricky track to set up around because you obviously want to set up for the low downforce with that run from the last corner to turn 4 being straight line speed is critical, but then you have the middle part of the track where it's all the high speed corner stuff, and then the last sector is all just completely low downforce, low speed corner, and really tricky. I hate that hairpin in the stadium section, or really tricky corner on entry to not lock up the front left, and then to get the power down out of the last corner is just can be really tricky. So anyway, that's I'm looking forward to that race, and either way, always enjoy racing any track unless it's Monaco. Don't know what it is about Monaco, just don't like it. But I think I just never been comfortable around there. Maybe one day I will, and I think if I ever feel comfortable around Monaco, I probably will enjoy it a lot more as I do like street tracks. But anyway, guys, that's been today's episode. I don't know why I started talking about Monaco, but I hope you all enjoyed it. Please leave a like on the video if you did. Subscribe for plenty more content on F1 2020 game, and leave your feedback down in the comments section below. I'll see you guys for the next episode at the Mexican Grand Prix. Until then, I'll see you then. Goodbye.